With the Symbian Foundation, we're opening up a world of infinite possibilities to everyone. By unifying successful, highly respected software into a complete platform and giving it away, absolutely free.
I think the really amazing thing that this department has to try to accomplish is planning the evolution of a platform and the delivery of a platform without having any developers of that platform within itself, which is a remarkable thing. We're talking about 40 million lines of code.
The community we run is governed by a board of directors that includes the biggest members of the mobile industries.
Now, if you've got yourself a brilliant idea,
one thing we knew we needed when we started this business was we needed a solid mark, a trademark, a symbol of who we were and what we were doing. But we also recognized it needed to stand for something very different. It needed to stand for what I will describe as a new world. So we started asking artists, we started asking member companies, we started asking individuals engaged in the foundation work to start sketching and doodling. And they've come up with some great and wild characters. We put them all in the Symbian world.
We have no actual developers building the operating system here at the foundation. That's done by our community. We're here to pull all of that innovation together. So yeah, absolutely, innovation happens elsewhere, and that's key to how we work.
And because it's complete, it saves you time and effort by allowing you to concentrate on adding those dazzling, astonishing features and services.
This isn't just about turning our small company into an innovative business model. It's also about explaining that business model to our community and helping them to understand this new way of working. The Symbian Foundation exists for its community and what we call the ecosystem of our platform. I mean, without those companies, it really isn't anything, because they're the ones who develop the platform, contribute it in, and then they're the ones who use it afterwards.
Perhaps there is a challenge in being a not-for-profit organization there. However, I think we get more benefit out of it than we get any harm or challenge.
When you're making a consumer electronics product, whether that's a smartphone or some other kind of connected device, you have certain windows which you can't miss. You've got to be on the shelves by Thanksgiving, for example.
A trailing indicator for success is actually the number of contributions you get to the platform and their relative size. And we have a number of different levels of contributions. There might just be bug fixes, small changes to the platform, relatively medium-sized changes to the platform like new features, and then we have this concept of major contributions.
We're always looking for the ways that we can turn ideas and things that people have come up with into reality. I think that's the trick that people need to pull off.
And we started with no employees, and the recruitment strategy we took was very much around making sure that the people we brought in were the type of people who could adapt to change, who could be flexible and work in that way. From a cultural perspective, I think it's very important that you give them the environment that they need, that they can thrive in. Innovation is very much part of our culture, but it's also very deeply entrenched in our strategy as well.
We selected SAP ByDesign because it gave us a capability to work in the cloud. More than that, it gave us a capability to, with a minimum amount of effort, create and adapt our workflow. So we've set up a California startup in the middle of London because it is really and truly the hub of a global enterprise for us, and it's a global trade zone for us, so it's the perfect place to be. And we've licensed and will continue to build out a trademark that is an example of the level of influence we're having globally.